Hello and welcome to this new lesson in which we are going to start introducing the Fusion 360 for circuit design. The first step is going and open up the Fusion 360. Go to the Start menu, click Fusion 360, or you can simply write it to find it. As you can see, Autodesk Fusion 360. You must have an active internet connection, as you can see here, since most of the software libraries are online and this is an online based software. Now we have the user interface. This is the design or the 3D design user interface, and this is the grid. We don't want this interface. We need the circuit design interface. So go here to the file menu and choose new electronics design. Now this is the electronic design user interface. As you can see in this corner, we have a new schematic, reference to a schematic document that you already have, a new PCB, and reference to a PCB document. Now these references will be used later. They are basically for designs that you already have, either from this software or from other softwares. What we need to do now is simply click this icon to create a new schematic. Now this is the schematic design area, and we are going to explain this or these different boxes, then start working on our circuit design. Now, on the left side here, we have the design manager. And inside the design manager, we have the sheets. Basically, these sheets, as you can see, this is sheet number 1, are different circuit designs. You can add more than one sheet in each circuit design. Now, this is the parts list, the electronic parts that we are going to use, and these are the items list. Here you can choose what you want to view, and here you can filter things. Now this is the design area, the white area in the middle, and these are the controls for this design area. As you can see, undo, redo, zoom in or out, or zoom to fit. You can also add grid settings. You can turn the grid on or off. Now if we turn it on, you can click OK, and as you can see here we have a grid. Or you can turn it off. You can choose to show dots instead of lines, as you can see. And you can control the size and the multiplication in millimeters or inch or mil. Now, this is the grid. I prefer turning it on with lines mode. Now, another thing that you need to know is the coordination. As you can see, as my mouse moves, we can see here two numbers, the X and Y coordinates, as you can see, depending on the origin point. Now, from this menu, the upper toolbar, you can switch to PCB document from the schematic document that we are in here. You can see more info about this document, and you can show or hide different things. This is the grid control, like the one we had here, and this is the display. You can choose what you need to be displayed depending on the items that you have here. You want to show the model, the pins, the symbols, the names, the values, the information, or the guides. You can even add new layer and name it something and give it a color, as you can see here. You can hide layers by clicking here, or edit them by double clicking any of them. Now you can use this to copy, and this to paste, and this to delete different items. This is the add parts icon. You can click on it and start adding different elements and parts. You can drag a diode, double click, and you can add that diode. We will talk about that in a minute. Click OK. Okay, now as you can see in the parts list, we have these diodes, and once you click one of these parts, let's say that we have selected this or this, you can see here in the items the pins for that specific diode. So for D1 or diode 1, we have 2 pins, which are the items for this part, and we are working on sheet 1. Now, if you want to move an item, you can simply click here and start moving that item. As you can see, you can move it to wherever you want. If you want to rotate it, you can do the same thing by clicking here and choosing the item that you want to rotate. You can even mirror this item. Now, if you want to connect different items together, you need to choose the net, this icon, and simply come to one of the 2 ends and you will see a circle. Once you see a circle, you can simply start drawing, and that's it. This is how you can connect 2 items together. You can choose the bend mode from this menu, and in that case, as you can see, I have chosen the curved mode and we have a curve. You can choose any other mode depending on your needs, as you can see. And you can choose the style, the radius, and other stuff. Now, if you want to rename any part, let's say that we want to rename this one, you need to choose the name icon. Click the item that you want to rename. Let's name it D1 ASM. As you can see now, it will have the new name, D1 ASM. Now, as you can see, here you can add a label to a specific item, and depending on the type of label that you wish to add, you can simply add here and add additional information in this label. So you can add another label to any other item, and you can rename that label by simply choosing the name icon and click the plus sign and rename it with whatever you want. Now we have the port icon, and this icon, now you can use this to add different ports, and if you clicked here, you can add bus, and you can even add a new model. You can easily draw the bus line and start connecting elements. You can start drawing using your mouse left button, and once you are done, you can simply press escape. Now the simulate menu, from its name, it can be used for simulation of electronic circuits. You can simulate any element, or you can show simulation overlay on your schematic. You can even get a voltage meter or phase probe. As you can see, it has a lot of options. You can add different models, and you can add digital source or analog source, or simply simulate. Now, since we don't have anything here, the simulation won't work, but we will test it out once we create our circuit. Now, in this modify menu, you can change the value or split or slice. This is more like a show thing, to change the layout, to change how things look. So we won't really concentrate on this. And this is the select menu. You can click here and select different items. You will get them here in this menu, and you can choose what you want to show or to hide. Now, one last thing that we need to mention is the command line mode. As you can see here, we have click or press Ctrl plus L key to activate command line mode, and if you press Ctrl plus L, you can start typing commands, and you can type anything. There is a list of commands in the Fusion 360 website, depending on what you are doing, whether you are adding or deleting an item. Now, if we want the delete command, we can simply write delete and press enter. As you can see, the delete command was activated. You can also choose the copy command, and the copy command will be activated as well. That's it. Now, as you can see here, we have sheet number 1, and here we have sheet number 1, 2. You can choose different items, document, validate, automate, or library, but we won't talk about all of these. We just concentrated on the user interface. Now, if you have any question regarding anything in this user interface, you can ask it in the Q&A board. In the next lesson, I'm going to teach you how you can add different electronic items and how you can easily import new libraries for other items that are not available. Thanks for watching. This is Ashraf from Educational Engineering Team.